For a long time, there was this understanding that Taiwan was at the center of artificial intelligence. We heard about that at Computex last May. How have things changed in the months that followed?
That's a great point. Actually, the AI semiconductor chip supply chain very well segmented. Not much competition between for example, foundry versus memory. High-end memory chips still coming from Korea a lot versus, the GPU or logic chip fabrication done by more Taiwan. And meanwhile, we can see lots of materials, equipment for the AI chip supply chain is coming from Japan. So here, Asia, we think the AI semiconductor chip supply chain very well segmented. We don't see yet any meaningful high-end memory chip from Taiwan. Most of the high-end memory chip coming from Korea, but the foundry functions still pretty much based on Taiwan. So we think the Asia tech supply chain with the AI seem very well segmented.
Now, TSMC has now announced a further production capacity over in the United States. Over the next couple of years, they will be building another 5 fabs. So they're going to have an R&D center there. In terms of the Korean players, as you talk about names like Samsung, where are they going to be producing their chips? Of course, the Trump tariffs and the risk is what I'm alluding to.
Well, instead of commenting on the company-specific thing, let me share our view over the semiconductor supply chain industry trend. To fabricate the semiconductor chips in the U.S., it's not just a 1-year, 2-year project. Any chip makers announced the new fab investment plan for the U.S. It's not just the next year chip production. The actual chip output will come maybe 2 or 3 years later because quite long the construction period for the new fab, and then the pilot run and the new equipment installation and the yield improvement. Actually, to make the chips in the U.S. or new countries, it will take lots of time. So meanwhile, most of the critical semiconductor chips for the AI supply chain is mostly coming from still Asia, we believe, yeah.
Right. And so, Simon, all this talk about onshoring chip development stateside, do you think the advancement of or manufacturing of advanced chips would take a while and that gap would not be easy to bridge? So it's really serving the optics and saying you're going to be manufacturing high-end chips in America, but actually the most advanced chips will still continue to get manufactured here in Asia.
Yes, the semiconductor chip is still based on the very, very high tech and also very skilled people needed. If any company spend $100 billion, they cannot warrant the $100 billion worth of the chip output immediately. Lots of the manufacturing process getting more complicated from the raw wafer input and to get the wafer output. It takes a lot of time. And also when you open up the new semiconductor fab, the management should care about the manufacturing yield issue. And also lots of the packaging testing also important. These infrastructure, packaging testing seem very important for the new AI chip. Still, it's mostly based on in Asia. So to establish even the packaging testing facilities in the new countries, it's very tough and a high execution risk seen. So for the time being, we believe that most of the value-added semiconductor chips will continuously come from Asia.